Hey squad, hey, here I am in my little workspace. It's not the Batman had the Bat Cave. What should we call our space that we've created for ourselves? I don't know. Monday. Um, I'll bring a prize for the best name that we can call this. But anyway, I'm in a little workspace. It took me a while, as I shared with you guys, to get here, but I got the tools for covering my book, and I thought I would create this video to remind anybody if you're feeling a little uncertain about how to do it and want to do it well. So I've got my book, I've got my paper bag, I've got my skizzers, and I've got a pen. Those are the only things that you should need. And it starts with, um, stop it. It starts with cutting open the bag. So like we did previously, you're going to slit the bag up one side and you're then going to cut out the bottom. So we open it up. Should have made my camera a little higher, I guess. Slit it up one side. Doesn't matter what seam you use to slit it up, but you just go up one side and you're going to cut out the bottom. We're doing this differently, a little bit differently, because we're not saving the bottom like we did for making our back pocket in our investigation notebook. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's done. I love paper bags for wrapping presents, for covering books. I don't know, there's just a sturdiness, a quality to them. Maybe I kind of like the, the color of it, a little bit rustic, but they are a little stiff and unwieldy to use initially. Sweet. So there we go. Oh, last little section. All right. So just take the bottom portion, throw it away. And as we did with our investigation notebook, what we're going to do is we're going to find the center seam right here, so that when we put the spine of the book on it like that. Okay. But the thing that we need to do, once we find that center seam, is now to make a little bit of mark. We got to center it, right? So that we have just as much on the bottom here as we're going to have up at the top portion right here. So as well as putting that spine on the midpoint of the book, go ahead and find that. Okay. And then what you're going to do is, this is where you're using your marker or pen or pencil even, and we're going to make that little mark right here. If we make it too up close to the book, when it comes time to try to slide the front or the back cover into the slots there, it's going to be too small. If we make it too big, we're going to have a lot of floppy book cover out here. Not very satisfying at the end of the day. So I just make sure that it's just a little bit in front of the cover there. And then I'm going to go to the front. And I know you're having a hard time seeing this, but do the same. Right here, like that. So if I can turn this and orient it a little better so that you can see it. It's just like right about that much. See? I can just see just a little sliver of the paper bag between the mark and the book. And then once you've done that, we talked about how the challenging part really is to now make the horizontal fold on the bottom and then the horizontal fold on the top straight. Oop, I made a mistake. Justin brought up the good point about, oh, I don't want to have this ugly city market on the front of my book here. So I forgot to mention, so that we can just have a blank paper bag book cover, turn it so that you've got the city market facing toward you. I'm going to have to do this again. Okay. You know what? You guys deserve better. All right. Okay. A little bit better. As I was saying, after I last left you, the challenging part is going to be to fold this up and to get it nice and straight across. Part of the trick of that, we said there's two things. The first thing is, first you want to make sure that you fold and hard crease right on the mark you've made. The second thing is you're going to try to line up these seams with the seam above. That'll help give you a little bit of guidance to make sure that you're making that folded over piece the same width all the way across. And then you're not going to want to hard fold anything or hard crease anything until you're sure you're satisfied with it. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put right here, do that little bit of hard crease. Look back on it to make sure that it's right on that, and it is. Okay. And so I've got that hard crease, and then we're going to go, because the paper bag will tear pretty easily. So just kind of soften it up a little bit by rolling it here. Soften it up a little bit by rolling it. Isn't this fun? We're together on a Saturday doing stuff so that our learning will be more enjoyable, because we'll be just satisfied with our tools that we're using, because we're taking good care of them and just making something that at the end of the day not only takes care of the book, but just, I think God's created us to be creators like him. And when we create something, there's a sense of satisfaction about it, especially if it's done well and we take the time. So you can see I've hard creased this, but now just sort of soft crease. This lines up here. Got this piece, this seam lining up here, just soft crease, not hard crease, like that. Okay. And then come on this side. Go the way across, line up this seam here. This seam with here. And it should, the edges should kind of line up. If you've got it so that the edges like this offset, you know that it's not in straight across. So the seams will help you with that. And now eyeball it. Cross. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can I get a from the home team? Nice. People are going to be walking in on you at home going, what are you doing? We're humming. It's a forensics thing. You wouldn't understand. This here. I know it's kind of reminds me about life. You know, we get anxious, want to rush through things, just get things done, but then you miss the enjoyment of the moment, the task. And yes, it might be work, but there's satisfaction in doing it. And then it doesn't turn out as well. And when it doesn't turn out as well, you might have rushed through it and got it done, but then you're not happy with it. So what was the point, right? Okay. And it should lay down flat like that. Okay. Now I use the back of my fingernail, or again, you can use the handle of your scissors there to just, that's when you hard crease it. That. And I just go ahead and hard crease here. All right. Now I'm going to pause it here. Flip it to the other side. So, oh, there you have it. I feel bad for other YouTubers because they have to talk with their face, but because I'm part Italian, I can talk with my hands. So hence the hand video. So we take the paper bag. This was the mark from the other side that was folded right on there. Now we find that center line again, and we're going to put the book on the center line, just like that. And when that's on the center line there, what you're going to do is you're going to hold on to the front cover, and you're just going to hold on to it and drop this slowly, the back cover. Okay. And you're going to put this down. And when you put it down, you're then going to take this and you're going to wrap it over. Now, we've got way too much on here. So you don't need to have that much. What I would suggest is then you simply take your scissors and along the crease, cut that off. Okay. Just like that. And make a nice little fold there so it remembers where it's at. Then you can up this and make sure the sides line up here. Okay, and I'm going to sharp crease. Sounds like a superhero name or a detective name. Hello, I'm Detective Sharp. Sharp crease. All right. Now, take, this is the satisfying part. We can then take and slide the front cover right in, just like that. Beautiful. And then, okay, once we've done that, we can now let the book fall. Make sure that it's pushed all the way up tight so that the edge of the book is right in there. Now, make sure that it's still centered there. We fold this piece over. And make it so that it's same distance. And we're going to fold it over. Again, too much. Too much. Can you ever have too much? Yes. Is too much ever too much? Yes. Hence the too before the much. Duh. Right. There you go. Just like this. Nice. Make your little bit of your crease right here. Now this is going to be, this part is the part that's a little more challenging. So I'm going to turn it like this. So what I kind of do is soften or roll a little bit this, too hard, but just enough so that now I can take the slots and more gently feed those. You have to hold the book cover like this. And hold it down like that while you're pulling this over. And then when you fold it, okay, it's going to stretch the book cover a little bit, or the paper bag a little bit. So satisfying. You're like, Mr. Silly, I'm starting to understand why you didn't have many friends in high school. Hey, don't make fun of the slow kid. Now, if you're like me, you're looking at some of these areas here and you're like, this is disharmonious. I'm not really happy with that. So what you could do for that, I mean, it's not folding as nice and neatly as we saw, um, for whatever reason, but what we could do is now take off the book cover and go back and try to roll that in a little bit more, which is what I'm going to do, because I don't like it. I, I just don't. I just don't like it. See, there it was like this. So this top portion was good, but now all I'm going to do is just kind of try to see how I'm moving my fingers, just kind of rolling it a little bit like that. Rolling the edge under like that. And then folding it again across. If you really, oop, as I was saying, if you really um, don't like and you're worried about these blowing out, what you could do is to, yeah, take a little bit of tape. Um, I'm going to use this packing tape or duct tape, and we can do this. You can do this. The duct tape should be out in the classroom in one of the tubs. We do. And then just take a little section like this that right? Yes. Take a little section like this and make sure that's flat. This painter's tape doesn't work bad. Go here. The rain's coming down nicely. Does it get much better? Cold and rainy outside, warm and cover our new textbooky on the inside. And it doesn't need to go all the way across, but just usually at the edges here. Now, if you've made a mistake, go get another paper bag. Don't stress about it. I always appreciate how people do mock-ups before they, actually try to build something, because it's an opportunity to, and that's kind of what we did a little bit with the investigation notebook. But take some time. I wonder if people get frustrated and anxious and just because they, like me, try to squeeze too much in their day. And you can't just say, man, I have these 3 things I'm getting done today, and then you can enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. So again, now we've got our book. We can turn this over and slide in the front. Come on, yeah. Slide in the front cover. Oh, silly. See, come on, Rose, silly. That doesn't make sense, right? Because now you can't slide it into the pocket. See? All right. Okay. So we learned a lesson here. I guess we can't do that. Fortunately, it didn't stick like duct tape. I suppose what you could do is you could put the duct tape here, like, and sometimes this is a good reminder. Sometimes it's always good to maybe watch the video of what I want you guys to do first, because I do make mistakes, and that way you can learn from it and not just follow along step by step and learn from the mistake. But you could put it like this so that it goes right up to that folded edge there, and it'll help a little bit. We, remember, put one right down the center. I guess you could do that if you wanted the spine on the outside cover to have a certain color to it. But that was silly. Keep it there. Got that. And you don't even need to do that necessarily, but I've got that like that. This over, like we did before. Pull off this nasty tape like that. I'm so glad we're all learning together. I was going to say, I'm so embarrassed, but why would I be embarrassed? We all support each other. We all know that we're going through this adventure together. Ran out of that, so I'm going to just use some little piece of packing tape that I have on hand. Right up to the fold. Nice. Doesn't that just call to you? Color me. Design on me. So good. So there you have it, covering your book. Um, Please make sure that you do that. I'll be checking that on Monday as points, and yeah, maybe when you go, if you've made a mistake, get some extra paper bags and have a book covering party, and just tell all your friends, "Hey, friends, uh, bring a favorite book that you have," and it can even be a little soft cover book that you're reading. It could even be your Bible, in your Bible, and just cover it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So if this is, again, this would only be your second book cover, don't get frustrated if it doesn't look as clean and nice as mine. I've done hundreds of them, and like with anything, you'll get better. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you, where, no, you on Monday. Squad out.